there are not many hard and fast rules in sports, across sports, from pee-wee to the pros. But one of them is this: do not put your hands on the officials. Do not throw things at the officials. Do not make any aggressive physical gestures towards the officials, or you will be punished harshly. That is a rule in Little League, high school, college, and I thought the pros. I said yesterday I thought Steph would get 5 games. That's 1/16 of a season. We just saw an NFL player get 1/16 of a season for what I consider a less egregious violation. I said he should get 5. I was certain he would get at least 1. I figured it'd land on 3. I am shocked that he got 0 games for intentionally throwing anything, much less a nasty mouthpiece, at an official in anger because he was whining that he didn't get a call and then following the official and pointing at him. It's outrageous, Chris.
Well, I think also with the precedent, Udonis Haslem in a playoff game was suspended for throwing his mouthpiece. I remember that. I thought Steph would get suspended for a game, not because of the mouthpiece, but because it's also his second time doing it. So he was fined before. I thought he would get suspended for 1 game. He didn't. $50,000 is a significant fine, but it's not the same as missing a game. You can't disrespect the official. Let's just say if someone in the front row, if there was a bad call and they had thrown something at the official, what would happen to them? So you're telling me, so you're telling me the standards for the fans are higher than the players? Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. The NBA, they didn't get this one right. He should have had to spend some time on the sideline with this one.
I am going to very respectfully disagree.
Oh, yeah.
If he wanted to throw a mouth guard at an official, he easily could have. He's an NBA player. No.
Who was he throwing it at?
He didn't hit the official. He, out of frustration, in my opinion, slammed that on the floor, maybe in the direction of the official.
First of all, it didn't go on the floor.
No. It went at the... Look at the official on the baseline. Watch the official on the baseline.
He's right. It's directly at the guy who didn't make the call that he wanted. But hold up. Let's just follow your logic to its furthest possible conclusion.
Okay.
You're saying Steph, if he wanted to hit someone with the mouthpiece, he would have.
Yes.
So, in the NBA Finals, when he whacked the fan...
Who did he throw that at?
Hold on, Cece. In the NBA Finals, when he hit the fan directly in the face, he was trying to hit the fan in the face?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
I know, I just wanted to deceive.
You don't actually believe that?
No, I just don't think. I think there was the epitome of as frustration.
Sometimes people don't want to believe that. Okay. Now, what you saw and what you want to believe, those are 2 different things.
Don't we talk about this on the show all the time? That when you're in the heat of it and you're as competitive and it's all around you and you're working at the highest level, physically, mentally, emotionally you can, and something doesn't go your way, you lose your cool.
And guess what? There's consequences.
Okay,
that's all. I'm not saying you thrown out of the league.
Odell suspended when he just did the fire hydrant. Just
and guess what you guys said? You guys said, "Hey, that's just it was reaction.
Right, and
it was he scored, and that's what he did." And you said it was okay.
If Odell had bumped the referee, you would be boycotting the show. The NFL would have suspended him. All right, so we know how that would have gone.
I didn't bring up Odell.
There's such a double standard.
It is amazing.
Not only on this show, but
what's the double standard?
Hold on. Can I? Because I think I know what's happening
your logic.
Here.
Yeah.
I think I know what's happening here. Because it's the same thing my friend and colleague Doug Gottlieb tweeted me. So before the game, yesterday's game, I believe, Steph consoled a young fan who had lost a parent. Like, he prayed with him on the sidelines before the game. And Doug Gottlieb sent this to me and replied to me saying Steph should be suspended, as if they have anything to do with each other. I am sure Steph Curry is an excellent father. I believe that he's a great husband.
Yes.
He seems to be a man of God.
Yeah, I know his family. He comes from good people.
He seems like a good
I believe
person.
that to be authentic.
I think all that's true. But that doesn't mean that you get a pass for what you do on the court. There are plenty of guys, by the way, who it's the opposite, are bad dudes off the floor, but on the court don't break any rules, and they are treated as such. I'm not saying Steph Curry is damned for eternity. I'm saying he should have been suspended for a basketball game for throwing something at a ref. That's not a hot take.
So why wasn't he?
What?
Why wasn't he?
Because the NBA knows he's such a draw and he's a face of the league and they don't want to tarnish him with it.
That's the reason?
Of course
And you
that's
agree
the
that's the
There could be
reason?
no other reason.
There's no other possible
Because there's
reason.
a history with the NBA of suspending players who throw their mouthpiece, and now you have a history of Steph doing it multiple times.
And
so what could be the other
So
reason?
if Draymond did this, 100%
Oh,
he's
stop.
suspended.
Please,
Oh,
if
man.
Boogie did it, they might press charges. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. Steph is 100%. Of course, it's because he's Steph Curry. Of course, that's why, and that's not cool. And the way that otherwise credible media members twist themselves into illogical pretzels to try to defend this and make it okay.
I'm not saying it's okay what he did. I want to make sure, and I just wanted to have this argument so that if we ever do cross over into another sport and someone does something ever so slightly
Jenna?
similar,
Well, let me tell you something.
we all
Jenna,
know whose side and where
Jenna,
we were all
Jenna,
placed.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
What goes on in the NFL, NFL game, and the NFL locker room, NFL sideline is totally different than what goes on in a hockey, a baseball game,
Yeah,
or
you-
a basketball
but you
game.
brought up Odell.
Leave them in context because I know Odell is one of your poster childs. All right, I know he's on the milk carton
I did not even
inside
say
your
the word
refrigerator.
Odell.
Yes.
It was in Kristen's
No.
picks. It was in connection to the conversation yesterday. But all right, Jenna, if you want the hard and fast rule,
Yeah.
I will give you the hard and fast rule
Give it
right
to me,
now.
right now.
Across all sports,
Yes.
if you intentionally put your hands on or throw something at a ref, I will call for your suspension. Done and done. Whether you're a unanimous MVP or whether you're an unknown player.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.